don't be afraid of the fact that we have all this money, like way more than your nation state, because actually we're going to solve the problems that government used to do. But then at the Epstein after party, you take the mask off, and the reason you have all that money is so that you can do whatever the hell you want. Right. And power is for using, why would you have to abide by the rules that regular people have to abide by? What is the point of having all of that money? And so I think that that's what Epstein represented to all of these other very wealthy men, is he could let them act on their impunity. I think Trump represents that to a lot of these guys as well. He never cared. He never pretended to care about the poor. He never played that game. But I think it was very important in the neoliberal mass accumulation of wealth stage to act as if you cared.
And you've got Ghislaine Maxwell being involved in the Clinton Global Initiative, which is a classic example of that. That's come out of these files as, oh, look, I care about the world. Obviously, Epstein was invited to all sorts of fundraisers, galas, charities. There's a moment in the files where one of the people tells me, oh, you should invest in the Malala Fund. That would be good because, and the woman says, this is a tech investor, I believe, says to him, because you're an expert on women and girls, she says, which is a mind-boggling statement. So you should invest in the Malala Fund. Not that, just to be clear, I don't think he did, and Malala Yousafzai has nothing to do with this, but I'm just saying that's in there. One of the things about money, Naomi, you mentioned, I think a lot of normie people will say, well, we already knew all this. This is not a surprise. We always assumed all of this. But there's a difference to assuming it and actually seeing it happening in real time in those emails with the date stamps. That conversation, I don't know if you saw, where Ehud Barak and Jeffrey Epstein are discussing Tony Blair's wealth. And they're saying, how did Tony get so rich? Who's paying Tony? And then Barak's like, I think Epstein says to Barak, I think there's other people behind Blair who he's splitting the money with. And it's like, and then of course, Ehud Barak himself, who comes out of the government and says, how do I get a job? How do I get rich, Jeffrey? Jeffrey says, why don't you meet this guy, Peter Thiel and Palantir? And that's the first